You've made it extraordinarily clear that diversity is not welcome here. Therefore, I am not welcome here either.
Back in March, I covered a story that took place in Idaho. Having just left there, this broke when I was there. Back in March, this story of Sarah Inama is her name. She was a teacher in a West Ada school district, which is just west of Boise. It's like Meridian, Idaho. It's the Boise suburb. We can just say Boise, right? The video, I think the title was, Idaho teacher ordered to remove sign telling kids they're equal and welcome. Because fascism is on the march and we can't have a little black kid in an Idaho classroom feel like he's accepted, feel like she's accepted. We can't have Hispanic kids feel like they're welcome there. That would be, not everybody agrees with that. In fact, that was what was said by the school district. They said school property should not be used by personnel for the advancement of individual beliefs. It is the desire of the district that the physical environment of district facilities be content neutral, conducive to a positive learning environment, and not a distraction to the educational environment. And what was this distraction? What was this non-content neutral sign? Two signs that were hung by Sarah Inama in her West Ada Lewis Clark Middle School in the Boise area. Everyone is welcome here. And in this room, everyone is welcome, important, accepted, respected, encouraged, valued, and equal. And that was too much for this conservative, fascist-loving, Trump-voting West Ada school district. And they ordered her to remove them. And she said, no, I will not. And now, instead of removing them, she's not going to. She's quitting her job before they're able to fire her. But she's refusing to remove the signs, right? One, I do think it's important. I want to share these screenshots that I did back in March again, just to give you school's getting ready to be out here in the next few days. But there still will be administrators there if you'd like to call and let them know how you feel about it. You could call the administration and the front office here. I'll put these screenshots up. Monty Hyde, the principal there for 6th grade, and Heather Fisher, the assistant principal for 8th grade, Eric Stewart, assistant principal for 8th grade. There's some email addresses here. Here's some phone numbers you can call and, sound off. Exert your freedom of speech. Practice your freedom of speech. Well, I want to play very briefly this clip from KTVB. It's the NBC affiliate there in Boise, Idaho. This is Brian Holmes, who does a great job, very differently than I would do it, different stylistically than I would, but he conducts some great interviews. It's a guy who really wants to get to the truth. I don't know Brian. I'd love to know Brian. But he interviewed Sarah Inama one more time. And I want you to hear from her about what she says about removing the posters or not, and in fact, quitting, and what she hopes will come of her example.
From the beginning, with the avoiding of answering questions, it seemed like the school district would rather Sarah and her poster predicament would just go away. Is that what's happening now? Is it just going away?
I hope not. I hope that they can figure out a way to look at messages of inclusion and the celebration of diversity of the students that are in our schools and realize that that is not something to be fearful of. That is not something to deem controversial for whatever reason. It's beautiful. It's the kids of this country. It's the kids in this community, and it's people's children. And we're here to teach all of them.
What are you going to do with the poster?
It's the last thing on my walls right now. I think it will be the last thing I take down.
Well, Sarah, despite having to resign or feeling like she has to resign and not having a job lined up for next fall, she has no regrets, she told us. And you know what? She's not the only West Ada teacher walking away because of the district's interpretation and handling of a policy. After 15 years, 3 degrees, 2 Teacher of the Year awards, and more than 1,000 students in her classroom, Narissa Armstrong has also decided to call it quits. The Meridian Middle School teacher wrote a scathing 3-paragraph resignation letter to the district last month. "You've made it extraordinarily clear that diversity is not welcome here," she wrote. "Further, you have reinforced that educators and parents who stand against this intolerance will be maligned and dismissed. Therefore, I am not welcome here either. I will no longer give my heart, time, expertise, and career to a district that disregards the basic tenets of a pluralistic democracy and public school system." Like Sarah, next Friday will be Narissa's last day as a West Ada teacher. And like to have every single time we've asked them, the West Ada School District declined an interview today.
A couple different things. One, they're losing teachers now. Good and decent human beings with a passion for education. Look, being a teacher is oftentimes in this country thankless. You don't get paid enough. You're not funded enough to even do the job. You have to spend money out of your already small salary to educate children. And then you have to deal with this. So who's going to be left to educate Idaho children? People who don't believe that everyone in this room is welcome. People who don't believe that everyone in a classroom is equal, is valued, is encouraged, is respected, is accepted, is important. You're going to have someone who believes that. You're going to have someone who doesn't believe there should be black hands on a poster that says everyone is welcome here, or brown hands, or non-white pinkish hands like I have. That's what you're going to have. This is vile and disgusting. This is white supremacy under the guise of education, under the guise of content neutrality. Not everyone agrees that everyone's welcome, so you can't have it. Well, not everyone agrees that the Holocaust happened, but you still teach that it happened because it happened, white supremacists, in my home state of Idaho. Good for Sarah. And I will say this, my prediction would be she's going to land on her feet very well. She may have to move, but she will land on her feet in her valued profession that she's so good at because of the fact that most of us believe that diversity is our strength. Most of us want to create secure, sound, safe learning environments for children of all ethnicities, of all skin colors. But the fight continues. And unfortunately, this is something that we have to fight about in states like Idaho. And again, I can shit on Idaho all I want. I was born and reared in Idaho. Disgusting. I wish you well, Sarah. I appreciate your boldness and your dedication and loyalty to your students and not to administration. I admire you and thank you for not providing anticipatory obedience to fascism and racism. What do you think out there? I would appreciate it if you would let me know in the comments. You can also call the voicemail line 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me as always, daily@dollemore.com. If you appreciate what I do, only if I bring you value. If there's other people on this platform or another platform, Substack, who has a newsletter, whatever, support that person in independent media. For sure. If it's Pac-Man or any host of other creators, support that person. But if I am that guy, if you like the cut of my jib, if I do something for you that you appreciate, please consider supporting this work for $2 a month. It's all it takes. Click the join button below, become a channel member, or you can go over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. I love and appreciate you guys very much. Thanks for your engagement. Thanks for being an ally. Thanks for putting your neck on the line. I'll see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another.